Hello folks and welcome to Tunnel Barn Farm and the 10th anniversary of the Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters. Around these lakes over the next 3 days, 122 of the UK's best commercial anglers will be doing battle for over £40,000 in prize money and prizes. The winner will walk away with a Daiwa AirZ Pro pole worth over £7,000. There's an Arity worth almost £5,000 for the biggest weight of the week and massive daily prizes to go at as well. So how does this event work? Well, anglers draw for a section in the morning of day one, and then they fish against those 6 or 7 anglers for points. So the winner of each section gets 1 point down to 6 or 7 points for a lasting section. Over the 3 days, it's the angler with the lowest cumulative score who wins the event. It's going to be really intense. It always is at Tunnel Barn Farm. As we go through the week, anglers with 1 point will draw in each other's sections and cancel each other out. And there's always a real dramatic finish to this event. So let's get around the lakes, let's find out who the anglers are, and let's get into some action.
So it's day one of the 10th year now of the Daiwa Pole Masters, 10th anniversary. Daiwa put up some fantastic prizes. We've got a limited edition AirZ Pro for the lucky winner. We've got another pole, the Arity, which is going to be for the biggest weight of the week. So loads of prizes to fish for. Me, myself, starting off, I've drawn 24 on the house pool. I'm happy with the peg because it's nice and shallow, and I feel like there was a lot of fish on the bottom yesterday. Even though it's bright sunshine, I didn't want to be drawing a peg where it's like 6 foot deep. So reasonably happy with that. But I've got one of my best mates and one of the best anglers here, Paul Holland, next to me in the corner. He actually won the match yesterday. I'd say he's in good form. He's always in good form here, so he'll be tough to beat. And then section wise, they've pegged it really nice, to be fair, so I'm not in with the out and out flyers. It's quite an even section, but 7 peg sections. The standard of angler is absolutely brilliant, so it's going to be really tough. Honestly, if I come away with top 2 today and it kept me in it, I'd be really happy with that. I don't know, I've never drawn this peg, I don't know how it's going to fish, but there was £140 on this lake yesterday. So, you know, if we have a really good day, we might even have a chance of some overall. Again, tons of money to be won. If you can get in that top 6 or 7 on the day, it's going to be a great start to the festival. So fingers crossed, I'm hoping I can catch about 130, 150. Maybe I won't, but we'll see. That's my sort of target, 130, 150. Try and get off to a great start.
So I'm Charlie Law on the first day of the Daiwa Pole Masters here at Tunnel. I've drawn myself peg 5 on top, which, to be fair, I've never been on this lake. I've only been here a few times, but I fancy it, to be fair. It looks quite good. Apparently there's some fish in this bowl. As far as what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw maggot short, fish casters. There's like a gap, so I'm going to fish casters over the top of that, where it's about 4 foot, well, I don't know, it's about 3.5 foot deep to some cover, and then I'm going to pot some ground bait and throw some casters in that left edge. I'm not sure what weight we're going to need, but that's the plan basically. It's also worth saying Daiwa, it's the 10-year anniversary, so they've done a good job of sponsoring the event and put some extra prizes up for grabs.
Right, so we're here today on the 10th anniversary of the Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters here at the lovely Tunnel Barn Farm. Today I've drew 40 on high pull, which, to be fair, I don't overly fancy. I've got the wind off my back, and to be fair, it's not one of the lakes I do like it, Tunnel. It's one of the ones that I always seem to struggle on whenever I've been on here, but I'm going to give it a go. Obviously, last year I was lucky enough to win the event, so I'm here defending my title, so I'm going to try and give it my all. Plan today on the on this peg, it's quite deep across to the island, so it's going to rule out sort of fishing on the bottom, trying to fish light in the shallow water. I haven't got that option, so I'm going to loose feed casters there to fish up and down, hopefully catching shallow. Again, I've got quite a deep edge to my left, some reeds there, so I'm going to be fishing shallow down there as well. And then I've got a bit of a shallower edge to my right, where hopefully I'm going to catch some fish on ground bait and maggots. I might set a short rig up as well, just in case I need to fish in the deep water, but I feel like with these conditions, they've actually changed a lot overnight, to be fair. It's a lot warmer than I was expecting, so don't think there's going to be a lot of open water fish. Cross to the island and then in the edges. So fingers crossed for a good day.
Well, you joined me on day 2 of the 10th anniversary Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters. It's an event I always look forward to. It's my favourite of the year. All the best F1 anglers come to Tunnel Barn Farm. The sun's always out for us and it's just a great 3 days. The first day was yesterday and I drew peg 13 on canal, an absolute screamer. So brilliant start to the festival to draw a peg like that. Ended up having a fantastic day's fishing. I caught shallow on casters across to all the cover because obviously the sun's out, all them fish are hiding in the cover. So I basically set my start, fish across with casters and then down the edge with ground bait and maggots, and I just had a brilliant day. Caught all day, loads of stockies, some big F1s and some carp as well. And I've ended up with £173, which actually won the match. So awesome start, couldn't have dreamt of a better start. So going into day 2, I was praying for a good peg. Sadly, I've drew peg 7, which is actually on canal, which is the same section as I won yesterday. So to be brutally honest, I don't think I can win the section. I'm going to try and come second or third. A win would be unbelievable. I don't think it's physically possible, but we're going to be trying our hardest. Not going to be beaten before the start. I think, yeah, if I can come second or third, I will be really happy with that from this draw. And it keeps me in the race for a framing place, which is what you've got to look at. You can't always come and draw well. It is a little bit disappointing initially when you don't draw a fly, but you've got to try and figure out a way of catching the best from your peg. Plan of attack, shallow down the middle with maggots today. I've got no cover across, which could be a bit of a negative. That's why I don't think these pegs are as good as the ends, because there's so much cover down there. So I'm just going to fish maggots down the middle, try and catch a bit of everything, stockies and F1s. Hopefully this sun goes away. It'd be a big favour if it did. And if the wind got up and created a bit of a ripple, that would help. It's deep short, so I can't see maggot short being good, but I'll maybe throw some on a dead close line. Throw some casters. I've got some cover in the edges, but Matt Goodall was on this yesterday and I didn't catch down there, so that doesn't fill me with hope. But I'm going to throw some casters down the edge of these grasses, pot some ground bait in the edge to my left for later on. I think that is going to be the plan of attack. I need to catch some carp late in the edge. They are in here. They definitely live in this section of the lake as well, because there's a few cruising about. So fingers crossed. Obviously there's fantastic sponsorship from Daiwa. They're giving away an Airity Pro, I think, worth 2 or 3 grand to the biggest weight. So I'm just hoping that I can hang on to that. But I think there's definitely a chance for 180, 190 over the next 2 days. So fingers crossed that doesn't get beat. I'll end up walking away with a pole. Obviously the winner gets an AirZ, which is going to be fantastic for them. And yeah, great sponsorship as always. Fingers crossed for a good day today. We'll update you tomorrow.
So you join me at the fantastic Tunnel Barn Farm for the Daiwa Pole Masters, one of my favourite festivals of the year. We absolutely look forward to this every year, it's fantastic. And this year it's the 10th anniversary and Daiwa's put absolutely loads of things up for grabs. I think there's 3 poles up to be won. One of them's for the winner, an AirZ Pro, and then you've got for the biggest weight of the week, an Airity Pro, and then they've just launched I think it's the G90 Pro, and that's up for grabs on Facebook. I think that's just a guess the weight thing, so that's absolutely brilliant from them. But let's talk about the festival. We're on day 2 today. Day 1 we'll talk about first. I drew new 7, great peg, the wind was blowing in, and I had a nice day's fishing. I had to work about for it, swapping, changing between lines. I've caught some shallow up the bank and some short on maggots. That's put me on £115. I managed to win the lake, but more importantly win the section. So that was day 1. Day 2 I'm back on new again. I'm on 31. Another nice peg, an open water peg, lots of water to fish in, so I'm happy with that. Plan of attack for today is going to be short on maggots again, some casters shallow, maybe some edge, and I've got a point across as well today, so I might fish a bit of ground bait and maggots on that point. I'm made up the fact that I come on this lake yesterday and I'm back on it again, so obviously I've had a bit of experience on the lake, so hopefully I can put it in practice and catch a few more today. But I'm enjoying it, so I'm on 1 point. Obviously hopefully I can get another win today. The festival's over 3 days, so you need 3 wins I think to win this event with the standard of angle that's on it, so fingers crossed that I can keep winning my section and hopefully get the 3 points that you need.
So it's day 2 of the Daiwa Pole Masters here at Tunnel Barn Farm. I've drawn extension 17, which is quite a narrow looking peg. It's only about 11 metres, 10 metres to the far bank. Section wise, it won't be my first pick, I'll be honest, but it's one of them. If low 100 wins it, you've got potential to maybe sneak a section win. I think today is more about keeping myself in the hunt, try and get a top 2 finish, a third at the worst, anything less than that, probably not going to make the frame. So realistically, I'm hoping to catch 100, £120, come first, second or third in my section at worst. I'm going to have it up against it. Yesterday Rob Parker won the lake on peg 9, which is facing to my right. He had £144 and he's in my section today on a good peg in 25 extension. So the 20s are normally quite dominant, generally just because they've got a better stamp of fish there. You don't necessarily catch more fish, you just catch better stamp fish. So I think Rob will be dangerous. I'm not quite sure who else is up there, to be honest. I've not had a look at my section proper. I just spoke to Rob and I know he's on 25. So there's going to be a few good anglers. There's always good anglers in this section. I've got Gus Brindle next to me on the right hand side. But it's one of them. I've got to concentrate on my own match, see how it goes. I think the approach today will be maggots down the middle. It's quite shallow here. I'm not expecting to catch a great deal on the shallow lines. I'm expecting to fish on the bottom with maggots and just keep putting fish in the net. Skimmers, stockies, anything. And then I'll probably have a pellet line down the edge. It's a little bit too deep for ground bait. So quite a simple match really. Fingers crossed we get the result we want and we'll see how we end up going into day 3.
day 3 of PF10.
PF10,
Yeah.
that.
So, crikey, I'm trying to remember what it was like when it first started. It was a small affair, wasn't it?
Well, the Pole Masters
Yeah.
was definitely. I think we had, I reckon we were about 90 to start off with. Tom, was it about 90 or a bit less than that?
I think it was 90 or 100 to start with.
Yeah.
And over time, I think the guys that are fishing it, and the girls too, which is pleasing to see, it's just got more and more elite at the top, but there's lots of people take part from all around the country, isn't there?
Yeah, from all around the country. Loads from Scotland come down. A lot of big Scottish contingent come down every year. But they come from all over. As far as Holland, we've had Carl Visser come over from Holland.
Yeah, I was talking to this
For a
morning.
couple of years, he's come over and fished, so he's missed it this year. But I think he's going to a racing thing. But he's happy.
And I
to
look
come.
around here, the place is so matured that nearly every peg feels fishy and looks fishy. But it's not just about match fishing, Tunnelbarn Firm, is it?
No, we have a lot of pleasure anglers and we have a lot of club anglers as well. So it's always been about trying to get people on the bank and just come and enjoy a nice peaceful day. So.
And starting. I've been observing the initiative, Mike's Minnows.
Mike's Minnows, yeah. So we thought we needed to try and get some kids into the sport, and we tried to sort of do something for my dad to remember him as well. And the one fish we could think of with his name was a minnow. He wasn't a minnow because quite clearly he was a really big guy, but actually he'd be really proud of that. So
Yeah. I hope it grows. Maybe we can talk to us about how we can maybe help that along.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. So we're getting there with there's more and more kids getting involved in it, so it's good. Super. Good initiative.
So we made a promise to everybody that we'd try and up our game for the 10th anniversary. How do you think this one's shaped up?
I think we've done a great job. I think Daiwa have done a fantastic job. The sponsorship that you guys give is amazing, and I think it is the best festival in Match Canada without a shadow of a doubt.
And what about your team behind the scenes? We put out a team picture this morning. There's a lot of people put a lot of effort in that go unseen, is that right?
There is, yeah. You've got the guys, obviously you've got the guys in the office. You've got Annette there that literally is like a demon trying to get money off everybody and trying to sort everything out.
I was hearing from her more and more as we got closer to the event.
Yeah, it's always a little bit more and a little bit more. But and then the guys that do all the groundwork as well, so John and Arthur and Tony. It's everybody. It's a big team effort to try and get the place looking the best we can.
And we've been looking the best we can this week, haven't we?
Yeah, loving these. These are amazing.
Top notch. Well, I can't say any more. Thanks very much for everything so far, and here's to the next one.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
So join us today, day 3 of the Daiwa Masters Pole Championships. I'm currently sat on 2 section wins. Day 1, I've drawn high pool 17. Was lucky enough to win the section and the lake with £119. Mainly caught on casters and worms across. Last 20 minutes, got out of jail, had 5 big fish in the edge for around £40. Day 2, I drew a really good peg, Jenny's 2, had £93. Caught a couple of mug fish early, some on casters across and in the edge shallow, but the lake sort of shut off midway, struggled mid-match towards the end. Thought it may have sneaked away from me, but managed to just keep my nose in front, which leads us to today now, the ultimate match. Drawn peg 9 on extension today, looks pretty good to be fair. Looking back at the last 2 days, it's been steady enough, so yeah, fingers crossed it goes my way today and we can finish on the podium. Got to mention Daiwa for the generous sponsorship. It's by far the best festival of the year. You have the UK's top commercial anglers come round and fish this, from Scotland, Wales, England. Yeah, we as anglers we can't thank them enough for what they've done, and what they've put on for us is tremendous. So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll have a good day and bring some prizes home to Wales.
Okay, so we're here on day 3 of the Daiwa Masters at Tunnelbarn. I'm fortunate enough at the minute to be winning on weight. I think there's 6 or maybe even 7 of us on 2 points. I've drawn a peg 24 on Jenny's today. I'm not quite sure what to think. It's been tough all week, but the wind is blowing in here today, so have to stay positive. There's some good anglers on 2 points that have drawn some very good pegs, so we'll just have to see what we can do and go from there. The event itself is brilliant, really. Thank you so much to Daiwa. They sponsor it massively, which is massive help, and also to Tunnelbarn and to Gary and Tom for running it all. Absolute great event. So I'd love to win it. Is it my year? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
Right, you join me for day 3 of the Daiwa Pole Masters, the last day. I'm back on camera, so that could only mean one thing. I won my section again yesterday, so I'm on 2 points going into the last day, which is great. And today I've drew myself a really good peg 6 on house. I drew this, believe it or not, last year on the first day of the Masters and won the match with 190 odd pound. Can't remember exactly, but it's a right rocket ship of a peg. Hopefully today I can do it justice. It's going to be tough though. I've got a really tough section today. I've got Bagger on 31 on house, Paul Brandrick on 33 on house, Baz Zinnerman on 29 on house, and they're all brilliant pegs over the spit there, so it's going to be tough, but hopefully I can do it justice. The plan of attack today is casters long to the right hand island, and last year as well, Jamie was on peg 5, so that was in, so I didn't really go towards the left hand point, but I'm feeling this year I could feed that as well because 5's not in, so hopefully I've got 2 lines I can fish and rest each line, and also casters shallow down the edge. I know that works on this peg to the right hand edge. I've got the cover folded in, and short on maggots on the bottom, so that's the plan. Hopefully we can do it justice, and I'm back on camera at the end being the winner, but you know, I'm just glad to be on the festival. It's a great event this, and I come every year. I'll be on it again next year. There's loads up to grab from Daiwa. They pump so much money into it. I think I've won my section twice up to now. I won the lake as well both times. I think I've picked up nearly £500 in cash and two £150 vouchers for winning my section each day. So that is mega support by Daiwa. So yeah, if you've not been on the festival, try and get on. I know there's a reserve list, but just get on it, and when your time comes, you'll be on, and it'll be fantastic fishing.
Right, we're 2 minutes from the kick-off on the last day of the 10th Daiwa Pole Masters at Tunnelbarn Farm. I recall last year saying to everybody, Tom, we're going to try and do something special. Do you think we've delivered?
I do. I think walking around, talking to people, there's a few people. The good thing about anglers, Stephen, is they tell you straight. There's a few people I really trust on this event who tell me exactly what they think, and I've had some very good feedback this year.
Have you?
Yep. And you know, they tell me when they don't like things as well, so I don't tell them the truth. I think the mystery pairs, well, it's a small element. I think it's kept a lot of people interested, and it's credit to this festival. We've had every single angler who's, you know, fishing the event turn up today. Now, yes, we expect that every time. Do we get that realistically? No. But on this event, 100% turn out all 3 days, and that tells me that that element's worked.
And there is some cracking mystery pairs matched up.
Yeah, I was just talking then. I've just interviewed actually Kath Davis. She was second in the match yesterday, huge weight. She's drawn Kieran Marsden, who, as we know, he's probably the favourite now. If I was a bookie, he'd be the favourite to win the festival.
A bit.
No, that's true. But he is he's a favourite, I'd say. So, yeah, some cracking draws in that. Who do you think is going to come out on top in that?
Well, I think definitely the lads that are on 2 points. I think the winner's still going to come from them. It's just whether or not they can get in front of the Kieran, who won from that peg last year, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, I've just been up with Jimmy Brooks, and you know the wind's changed on that lake. That's the all-in horn. So that also means that competitions are closed, doesn't it, for the
G90?
The G90 competition.
Yep, no more guesses, folks. That one's closed, and we'll get working hard on finding out who's bang on once we know who's won today. Just again on that, folks, just be ever so careful with the spam. I've had another couple of messages off people. So Daiwa UK won't contact anybody till tomorrow, and it will be a message from that page. So anybody else, if it looks like a person or a profile, ignore it, please. It could be the day after. There's that many entries, so it's been very successful and popular.
There's
so
quite
thanks to
a few.
everybody for taking part. It's fantastic. Right, so how do we improve it from here, Tom?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, personally, I love this event because, yes, it's top level, yes, it's elite, but everybody can get a ticket. That's what I love about it. So, you know, you can phone up, get your name on the waiting list, you don't need to qualify. And as people drop out, and every year we have a small turnaround in anglers, people can get on and come and fish. To improve it, I really like the merchandise.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we can work together on something.
It's made you and I look better than we normally do anyway.
That's it, yeah. Slimmer anyway, you know.
Well, mate, fantastic. Thanks for all the effort and cooperation.
And thank you for 10 years support.
No,
because
mate.
Without you guys, this wouldn't have been possible.
Let's work on the next one. All right, thanks.
Right guys, welcome to the presentation of the 10-year anniversary of the Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters. Now before I get underway with this, I just want to pay tribute really to the event. And the event, there's a lot of facets to it, but you guys are the main facet because you've supported this year on year. Looking round here, there's a lot of familiar faces, and many of you I know have been here every single year of the 10. So I want a round of applause first, but I want it for you guys because you've supported this from the start, so thank you. A couple of other thank yous. First and foremost, the venue. We could not do this without Tunnel Barn Farm and the work that Sarah puts in, and the team, Annette, Tony, everybody here. You know, it's my life when I come here is so easy. I literally turn up, they give me lists of what I need to do, what I need to say. It's like having the best secretary in the world, I suppose, but she does everything. So, yeah, big thank you to Tunnel Barn Farm for making it what it is. And finally, I want a big round of applause for the sponsors because without the backing of Daiwa UK, this event wouldn't exist. And I was talking to Stephen earlier, we were doing some filming, and I actually think a lot of other events around the UK that have followed this mould wouldn't exist either. I think 10 years ago we started something with this in the shape of a 3-day festival that was heavily promoted and invested in, and since then lots of other events have sprung up that are similar around the country. So Daiwa, you got behind this from the very start, and Stephen, thank you personally for everything, but a big round of applause for Daiwa UK. Okay, so the top 15. It's been incredibly tight. It's always tight, but this year's tighter than ever, to be honest. You've needed 6 points to make the top 15. And coming in 15th place with 6 points and a weight of 235.4, Les Marshall. 14th place, 6 points again, and a weight of 246.6, Jordan Bate. Thirteenth place, 6 points again, and a weight of 264.2, Charlie Law. Moving up to 12th place now, still on 6 points, a weight of 276.4, Mikey Williams. Okay, 11th overall, 5 points, a weight of 241.6, so close for this lad, Sam Slockett. Well done, mate. Yeah, okay. So we're moving on to 10th place now, and I want the top 10 to stay behind, if you will. We've got a fresh cap each for you to take home as a memorabilia, and we want a nice picture by the lake. So in 10th place, with a weight of 263.1 and 5 points, Oliver Scawthorne. Well done, Oliver. Brilliant, mate. Well done, pal. Cheers. Fresh one. 9th place now, and you just can't keep this man out the frame here. Seems every event I run he sneaks in there. With a weight of 292.2 and 5 points, Craig Meadows. Well done, Craig. Awesome, mate. 8th overall now, and again, it was very, very close for this man. He had 2 section wins going into today. He's had a tough day on extension. With 5 points and a weight of 303.13, Andrew Mann. Well done, pal. Thank you. Just can't keep this young angler down this year. Everywhere he goes, he seems to be bagging up. Fantastic performance to say it's his first ever Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters. I think he's the youngest competitor here we found. 7th place, 5 points, a weight of 324.9, Brad Lucas. Well done, pal.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
On to 6th place now, and another lad who on fantastic form, young angler who's just smashing it up everywhere he goes. 5 points, a weight of 371.14, Rob Swan. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
5th place now, and we've got a former master. 5 points again, a bigger weight of 388.7, Matty Dawes. Well done, pal. Brilliant. Deja vu for the next angler. He was 4th last year, he's 4th this year. He's the only angler on 4 points. He's at a weight of 339.12, Jordan Holloway. Well done, pal. Brilliant. 3rd overall, and I was so chuffed to see this lad make the top 3. He's fished his heart out the last 3 days. I've been watching him, and yeah, have a look on Facebook, you'll see it. Brilliant performance all 3 days. He's on a perfect 3 points. He's been unlucky not to finish higher, really, considering how he's fished. Total weight of 324.15, Jack Arblaster. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Okay, 2nd overall, another magnificent performance. This man's been close on this event quite a few times, and this time He couldn't have done any more. He's won 3 sections, a total weight of 336.5. He's this year's runner-up, Jimmy Brooks. Well done, mate. Right, before I announce the winner, as you know, we have 2 poles that we give away on this event. One to the winner of the festival, and the other to the biggest single weight of the week. Now, this is the first time we've actually had to default that prize, because the winner of the festival would have won both poles if we didn't have a rule in that you couldn't win both poles. So, picking up the biggest weight of the week, by default, with a weight of 175.3 and winning a Daiwa Arity Pro pole, Rob Swan.
Yay.
Well done, Rob. Awesome, mate.
You'll catch more now.
Thank you.
We'll get a picture.
Beautiful,
All right,
thank you. Not bad default.
Right, the festival winner. What can I say about this man? He's just fished an absolute blinder all 3 days. He's been so consistent on commercial fisheries wherever he goes the last few years. Mega angler, and I know we're going to be seeing loads more from him in the future. A weight of 418.6, 3 points. Big round of applause for the Daiwa pole fishing master, Kieran Marsden. Well done, mate. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't hold it all. Ran out of hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
Can I have the top 10 for a photo? Thank you all so much. Don't forget, if you want to fish next year, you need to come and see a net and get paid on.
Like empires, we rise and then we fall. Can the tides calling, calling through it all? Titans watching, waiting. Once rivals, now we sit patient at the end of the world. Where will we be? Immortality is calling. They'll speak our names forever. Gonna build an empire. Twin pillars, the east and the west.
So, Kieran Marsden, the 2024 Daiwa pole fishing master. Mate, I'm made up for you.
Thank you very much,
What
Tom.
an achievement.
Thank you.
3 brilliant days fishing. But the interesting thing is, you've had to cover a few different methods, and it's not really been a straightforward win, has it?
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a different Masters this year, the fishing wise, hasn't it? You know, it's been a bit moody, I'd say, in areas. Obviously, I've drew well. I'd say I drew well every day, to be fair. I think you need to draw well with the calibre of angler that's on this event. I've drew 2 good pegs on new, and then to finish it off, I've drew a right good peg on high pool, but I've obviously made the most of them all, so I'm made up with it.
Yeah, I mean, today's performance, mate, epic. When you drew that peg this morning, peg 6, a peg you've drawn before, a peg you've won off in this event before,
Yeah.
I bet you were buzzing.
You'll not believe it, Tom. When I went in the draw, we was all talking about 6 house. We always do this little thing, and then everybody's on about, we'll have 6 house, 15 top, 13 top, where they want to be. And I went in the bag and I pulled the tally out, and it said, on the back of it, it said, J14, and I thought, oh, I'm on Jenny's 14, and Sarah was stood there, and she went, no, Kieran, turn it round, because obviously the main peg was on the other side, and it went H6, and I was like, no way, I'm on house 6, so I was made up with that one, so that's really good.
Well, I'd like to come back, mate, if we can. I'd like to come back here and look at some of the methods you've used over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I know, you're a sort of Matrix-sponsored angler, and you do a lot for them, you're an ambassador for them now, but what does Daiwa's support mean, do you think, in terms of this event?
Everything to the anglers. It attracts so many people. I mean, the amount of money and just everything they put into it, it's just phenomenal for the sport. I think it builds it bigger and bigger. It's what can I say? It's the borderline for everybody else. So what they should be doing on the festivals, I think it's like the top. And like I say, it attracts all the anglers to come and fish this event. I mean, it's phenomenal from Daiwa.
Well, thank you so much, mate, for
Yeah.
taking the time to talk to us. Phenomenal achievement. Well done.
Thank you very much, Tom.
I know Christian will be happy. Is he getting off the winnings?
He is, yeah. Well, he won it last year, so I think it's payback now
The
this
Luigi
time.
brothers haven't done bad, have they?
No, he won it last year, I've won it this year. It's just nice to have my name on the trophy, that's all I wanted. I'm not bothered about the money.
Awesome, mate. Well
Cheers,
done.
mate. Thank you very much.